in the spring of 2021. We held a two-part series that was incredibly well attended. Faculty are extremely busy, and yet we had over 60 people register for the anti-racist pedagogy workshop that we offered in the spring of 2020. So what we found there was just that there's tremendous demand, hunger, and desire to engage with this work. Folks came with a variety of experiences. There are some people who are thinking about this work daily, minute by minute in their practice, and some people who came with a great curiosity. They're hearing this in the news, they're hearing this in conversation, they're reckoning with the fact that we have not yet arrived at a racially just world, and they wanted to come and find out how to participate in working towards that.
We're talking and we're engaging, but we're also, providing information in terms of what is anti-racism? And, it's definitely not a check the box kind of thing. It's the idea that, it's a process, right? It starts with that self-reflection, right? We're getting faculty to reflect on their own identities and who they are, getting them to recognize who the students are and respecting their identities and acknowledging and validating their lived experiences, and going from there to just really incorporating changes in their curriculum, having faculty incorporate changes, in their syllabi. These are all a part of transforming the classroom, but then just really taking it beyond there.
So when we wrote the grant for the President's Fund, we built in support for coaching. We're asking people in the summer seminar to really look closely at their own teaching, at their own curriculum, and to redesign parts of their courses to incorporate some of the anti-racist pedagogical strategies that we're going to be introducing to them. And we know that it's hard to do that without support. We want the coaching to be framed as really an opportunity for us to come and join people in their classrooms, join people in conversation about what they're working on. So we wanted to build in a structure that would allow us to provide feedback and just really reflect alongside the faculty to see how the innovations that they're designing for their classroom are actually landing once they're doing them in the classroom. Students need to be able to have the experience of being in community with people who are different from themselves, and being in community with people who have different perspectives, different worldviews, and to build relationships across those spaces of difference. I think a lot of times educational spaces, workspaces become highly segregated because there's a fear and a discomfort of working across those spaces of difference. I think at BMCC, if we can prepare our students to be out there in the world and be real multicultural citizens of the world, that whatever content knowledge they bring, whether that's computer science, nursing, philosophy, education, that content knowledge paired with that knowledge of how to be an empathetic, caring, anti-racist person in the world, whatever their job or career ends up being, is going to be of great value.
I don't know necessarily that we are looking to make it a safe space, but we are looking to make it a brave space. The world is not safe, and we cannot guarantee that people are going to feel safe in these workshops. But I think our job is to create an environment where they feel brave enough to express themselves, and then also to build empathy to listen to other stories. I think that's what this workshop is about, and what this work is about, is being able to look at ourselves, be self-aware who we are in our cultures and our identities, and how those things really impact and play in the classroom. We all have underlying biases, we all have experiences, and those things come along with us when we come into the classroom. So these workshops are really centered on allowing people to have the freedom to be brave enough to have conversations that can move us forward in the path of racial equity.